Today's Joe Biden campaign event was unlike any I've ever seen. All of his supporters were told to stay inside of their cars with their masks on, and then they would press on the horn every time they liked a point the former vice president would make. It really was quite a spectacle, but before that, we had a chance to interview Biden one-on-one and ask him if he plans to pack the Supreme Court with more justices if he wins. Here was that exchange.
Sir, I've got to ask you about packing the courts, and I know that
Sure.
You said yesterday you aren't going to answer the question until after the election. But this is the number one thing that I've been asked about from viewers in the past couple of days.
Well, you've been asked by the viewers who are probably Republicans who don't want me continuing to talk about what they're doing to the court right now.
Well, sir, don't the voters deserve to know?
No,
where
they
you
don't.
stand?
I'm not going to play his game. He'd love me to talk about, and I've already said something on court pack. He'd love that to be the discussion instead of what he's doing now. He's about to make a pick in the middle of an election, first time it's ever been done. First time in history it's ever been done, number one. Number two, and it's going to go in and he's going to rip away health insurance. The health insurance, 20 million people will lose their health insurance. Over 100 million people will lose their coverage for pre-existing conditions. Wipe the whole thing out. And already, because of his failures in dealing with COVID, 10 million people have lost their private insurance. That's the focus.
We also spoke with Peter Navarro, an assistant to President Trump. He wanted to reassure the American people the president has a plan when it comes to defeating COVID, something that's been called into question many times over the past few months.
The important thing first is to make sure everyone has enough personal protective equipment and that it's made domestically so we can't be held hostage by China. That's vector one. Vector two is testing. It's not just more and more tests every day that we're doing. We're getting better at the speed of getting the results, and we now have a test which is kind of like a pregnancy type point of care test, which is cheap, easy to do, and gets us instant results. Vector three is these therapeutics we were talking about. What you get with these therapeutics is you effectively take death off the table. If people get this deadly virus, they'll still be able to handle it mildly and not succumb, as over 200,000 Americans have. Last vector, of course, is the vaccine development. President Trump is getting something done in a third of the time, and it's truly remarkable. I really believe President Trump is the only president who could have pulled this off because of his business background.
Now, early voting here in the state of Nevada begins on October 17th, and both the Biden camp and the Trump camp are encouraging all of their supporters to get out and vote, vote, vote. Reporting at Southeastern Career and Technical Academy, Ross DiMattei, 13 Action News.